Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Lunchtime News on MTV Sports, and I'm Shaheen Jurangpati. Well, as always, we'll first take a look at your headlines. Private bus employees on 8 routes commence a strike action in the Western Province. Minister of Transport says the permits of buses on strikes will be annulled. Investigations into tremors experienced in Padya Thalava. Burmese opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi says she supports the furthest easing of sanctions in Burma. Now for the stories in detail, private bus employees on 8 routes in the Western Province have commenced a strike. The chairman of the Lanka Private Bus Owners Association, Gamunu Vijayaratna, said that the strike action is in effect on all routes commencing from Bandaragama. The strike action is being carried out in protest over the issuing of a route permit in an irregular manner.
The strike is in effect for the 425, 450, 162, 162 upon 1, 149 and 182 routes. The main reason for this is that the Western Province Minister of Transport, Upali Kodikara, has issued a route permit from Avisawala to Panadura in an irregular manner without calling for any tenders. This route permit has been issued in violation of the policies of the Western Province Passenger Transport Authority. We have obtained the necessary amount of money required in order to issue this permit, so how can they say that it has been issued in an ad hoc manner? When an applicant is issued a route permit, what is wrong with that? We obtained reports from all provincial managers regarding this. A permit is issued only when we receive clearance from them. I suggest that all drivers get back to work immediately. If not, I will cancel the licenses of those taking part in this strike.
Well, officials from the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau are conducting a study in Padya Thalava, Mahayangani today. Now, the purpose of the study is to determine the cause of tremors that have been felt in the area in the recent past.
Our reporter says that 3 officials from the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau have been inspecting the houses that were damaged by the tremors. A tremor with a magnitude of 2.9 on the Richter scale was recorded 19 kilometers from Padya Thalava on the 28th of August. Area residents said they felt the ground shake on the morning of the 15th of September as well. Area residents said they have felt such tremors on several occasions in the recent past.
The Colombo Municipal Council has decided to take legal action against restaurants and hotels operating within the Colombo city without a trading license. Chief Medical Officer of the CMC, Dr. Pradeep Karyosam, said that the issuing of licenses has been seized.
The Chief Medical Officer of the CMC also said that licenses had been issued to over 300 restaurants and hotels which were deemed to have met the necessary conditions. Dr. Pradeep Karyavasam stated that licenses will be issued only for new establishments. He added that they expect to obtain a court order to close down restaurants operating without a license.
An award ceremony was held in Colombo yesterday for the winners of the Construct 2012 construction exhibition. Now, the event was held under the auspices of the Minister of Construction, Engineering Services, Housing Common Amenities, Vimal Veeravangsa. The award ceremony, which saw the participation of numerous individuals involved in the construction sector, was organized by the State Engineering Corporation. Eslon Lanka Private Limited was presented the award for the most creative stall.
Eslon Lanka Private Limited, congratulations. And success.
As the trade deficit or the gap between imports and exports in our country widens, regulations have been imposed to limit this gap, and banks have been informed about it. This is in order to minimize the trade deficit and prevent any negative influence on the rupee. The limitations imposed by the central bank on banks may be lifted in the near future. In this case, I believe that this country's economy, including this sector, will benefit from the strengthening of investors and industrialists. Well, wildlife officials have arrested a group of persons who were engaged in illegal sand mining in the Kirindi Oya. The Assistant Wildlife Director in charge of the Uva Province, Sisira Kumar De Silva, said that the group was arrested during a raid conducted this morning.
The Assistant Director of Wildlife in charge of the Uva Province, Sisira Kumara De Silva, said that the group was found sand mining in the Kirindi Oya on the border of the Lunugaham Reserve at the time the raid was conducted. He said that they had managed to arrest 4 persons. The wildlife officers had also seized 3 tractors used for transporting sand and 1 tipper. De Silva said that the arrested individuals would be produced in court once their statements are recorded by the police.
Minister of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Dr. Rajitha Senaratne says that the use of prohibited equipment in fishing is on the rise. Now he says that the security forces are not taking any measures in this regard. The Minister of Fisheries says that he hopes to hold discussions with the Defence Secretary on this issue in the near future.
Once again, the problem of illegal equipment being used in fishing has cropped up. Measures have to be consistent in order to deal with this problem. In the recent past, I managed to bring all of these under control. However, as of late, we have received reports of the usage of dynamite in Trincomalee. The problem is prevalent in Trincomalee. At times, we have businessmen from Pulmode who come here and use illegal methods to catch fish and return with their catch. The reports I have received from area officials and fishing societies suggest that security forces are not taking any measures to stop this.
Well, in more local news, one person has been killed in a wild elephant attack in Galkiriagama, Kekirawa. The police said that one other person was injured in the incident.
The duo had run into a wild elephant while returning home on a motorcycle. The police said that the incident had taken place at around 7 p.m. last night when the motorcycle had collided with the elephant. The pair were admitted to the Galkiriagama hospital where one of them, an 18-year-old youth, succumbed to his injuries. Police say that the other person is receiving treatment at the Dambulla hospital. Me and my brother were returning home after bathing and we did not see the elephant. It suddenly crossed the road. I think we hit the elephant and I can't remember anything after that.
The Railway Department says that steps have been taken to establish signal lights and alarm systems at 230 unguarded level crossings across the island.
General Manager of Railways BAP Ari Ratna said that tenders have been called for this purpose. He added that there are about 700 unguarded level crossings across the island. The General Manager said that they hope to minimize the number of accidents through the use of signal lights and alarm systems.
Well, in cricket news, India captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni says that India will experiment with different field settings to compensate for their bowling deficiencies at the 2020 World Cup ahead of his team's opening game against Afghanistan.
Well, bowling has always been a bit of a concern, like if you compare our batting to our bowling, we find the bowling is slightly weaker than the batting, but still we have got the experienced bowlers who can do the needful, and also the part-timers, because, we're looking to play with 7 batsmen to start off the tournament, and it means, the part-timers will have to do a really good job. So I think we are going good, yes, we won 1 game, we lost 1. But overall, it gave us exposure to some of our bowlers as to what needs to be done. The batting order also, the first game, if you see, it was a partnership between me and Rohit, that really brought us back into the game. But it was good to see the way the batsmen, they batted in the second warm-up game. And also at the same time, we don't rate any side lightly, be it Afghanistan or any other side, because this is a format where, anyone can beat any other side in the world.
Well, now football news. Chelsea begin their quest to become the first team to win back-to-back Champions League titles today when they entertain a Juventus side still getting used to match days without their coach.
The Londoners ended a long wait to become kings of Europe for the first time by beating Bayern Munich on penalties on a memorable night at the German club's home ground in May, but manager Roberto Di Matteo said that winning the trophy again could be even more difficult. The Italian, who took over the team following the sacking of Andre Villas-Boas halfway through last season, dismissed a suggestion that Chelsea were lucky to win the trophy. Their attempt to retain the trophy has not been made easier by being drawn in a group which includes 3 league champions. Juventus coach Antonio Conte will be absent from the bench because of a 10-month ban for his role in not reporting match fixing while boss of Siena last year. Conte, who has strenuously denied the allegations, is appealing against the suspension. Assistant coach Massimo Carrera is covering for Conte on the bench. Juve started several big names including Mirko Vucinic and Kwadwo Asamoah on the bench for the 3-1 win at Genoa on Sunday in order to save them for the Champions League.
Well, with that, we end today's lunchtime news bulletin for today. But join us again at 1:55 for our live 55 segments. I'm Shanjaram Pati. Take care.